So when I took these skis out of the box, the initial inspection was pretty good, and they said that from the factory they came with a 2-degree side cut and a 1/2 degree on the bottom, and I skied them just like that. I detuned the tips and tails slightly, and now I'm just going to clean them up. For a production ski, I was very impressed with how flat the ski was when I tested it with a good old wide true bar. The binding system, which is a marker, as you can see, it's adjustable front and rear to all these different boot sizes, and for a recreational binding, they worked really well. I skied in them just fine. So as you can see, the ski's a little bit wider. It's 130 up here in the tips, and it's got a nice side cut. Comes back to 80 millimeters underneath the waist and ends up at 110 in the tail. In fact, you can see it. They actually print it right here on the ski for you. Carbon race bridge. I like that. It makes it lightweight, very strong, very reactive. The thing I like the best is made in Austria. So despite the semi-marginal conditions, I'm taking a stone and just going over these edges just to try and take any little burrs out that I picked up during the test. So after the testing process was complete, I just wanted to clean the skis up a little bit and put a little bit more wax on it. This is a bulk wax from SVT, Sun Valley Ski Tool. And this blue is an air temperature wax. Not a full-blown racing wax, but it seems to work extremely well for my purposes. And you can buy that bar for about 20 bucks and last you a good part of the season. And as you know, I used to do a lot of waxing. But all I want to do here is seal up the bases for storage and cover the, I'm actually going to leave the wax on, and I'm going to cover the edges with wax and keep them from oxidizing or developing any rust. And as you can see, I could probably use just a little bit more. We're doing good. Sometimes with the cost of waxes, especially if you're using Toko or Swix, any of their race series, World Cup waxes, they're very expensive. And you just don't want to run it over and onto the bench. What I am working on here is the world's fastest bench. It's got thousands of dollars worth of race wax dripped on it over all of the years. Very important not to leave the iron in one spot too long. They get very hot. If your iron is smoking, your temperature is too far up and you need to turn it down. Anyway, that's my cleanup process. A bit of a commercial for my friends at Fast Ski in Mammoth. I use 4 straps on my skis. Keeps the bases separated, keeps them safe in travel, and when you put them in the bag, keeps them from rusting. So what I do when we leave the mountain is I wipe the skis down really well. In fact, I use a snow brush to try and get all the snow out of the bindings so that they don't melt, and I dry them off very well. As you know, today I've got a several-hour drive to the mountain. I'm not living on the mountain anymore. So during that drive, they can rust and oxidize. So I try to get them as well dry as I can. The minute I get them home, I take and I stone them, put another coat of wax on them and seal them up. And this is one of Thomyt's ski tips. So if you take care of your skis like a good friend, they'll take care of you, and they won't become a bad dog.